What's up, guys? Another Zone video here. Here I am today teaching you guys how I lead GDKP AQ40. AQ40 is the most difficult instance I run. I have run Naxxramus before in the mornings, but it's not my regular run. So on the regular, I run AQ40. It is quite a difficult instance for a pug to do. At this phase in the game, it's a lot easier, I'll admit. But earlier in the phases, I had a lot more trouble running this instance, and at this point in the game, the gear's a lot better, players a lot better, but there are still some players out there that would like to learn how to lead this, and this video is for you guys out there. So the reason I have this big image up here is this is one of the reasons why I think my runs do well. I start at the composition. So you don't have to have the exact same composition I use right here. This is just my suggestion. And I have found this to be a really helpful start. So the way I do this is I have the number of roles I want listed on the side, and then I fill in through the raid helper. Now, when I was first starting to lead raids harder than Blackwing Lair, I should say harder than Molten Core, I made the mistake of kind of just having a fuzzy idea of what I needed. Having a more clear picture of what I needed really helped me with making this group. Now, like I said, you don't have to have an exact composition the way I do, but having an idea of what you want and kind of sticking close to it and understanding your group's strengths and weaknesses based upon your roster will help you in the long run immensely. The roster I use is quite balanced. It has a mix of players from all different classes and allows for the most amount of flexibility. I do something called building in redundancy, which means I have multiple classes for the same role, even if you only need one or two per role. So I like to build in redundancy. This helps with the pug aspect. So with pickup groups, there's a chance that a player will underperform, will be AFK, will be undergeared. So there's always just a small chance that building in redundancy will help mitigate any unknown or random factors. And then the other aspect is with GDKPs, you want to stack classes against each other for items. So unlike your guild runs, where you maybe only want perhaps maybe one druid or fewer other classes so that you can spread the gear more efficiently or quickly, here I actually add on a couple extra classes so that there's a little bit of competition between the classes. Especially with warriors, I know you can have a lot of warriors. I do my best to keep the competition of items healthy between the warriors while allowing other classes to fill in. As I said a couple times, use your own judgment when making this group. You don't have to use the exact same composition I use, but this is the way I do it. So I have my tanks at the top. I don't quite number these, so you're going to have to just kind of walk through with me. I have my shamans as the blue right here, hunter as green, rogue as yellow, and then I have a warrior tank and a feral tank. That is group 1. Group 2 is a tank, rogue, hunter, shaman. So group 1 and group 2 are basically just mirrors of each other with 2 tanks and 2 tanks. I usually put the feral tank in group 1 for the crit bonus and just so that it has a little bit of flexibility. So I put my main tank in group 1, tank number 2 here, or my feral tank, and tank 3 and 4 over here. The next group will be 6 DPS warriors, so it'd be 3 warriors, a rogue, and a shaman. 3 warriors, a rogue, and a shaman. So that will cover up all of these classes at the top. I bring 2 hunters so that there's, as I said, a little bit of competition between the items, and so that they can help each other pull. They can either pull when the other person's pet is dead, or they can help pull quickly and for trank shots. The 6 DPS warriors and 4 tanks is actually incredibly helpful when you have 10 people willing to soak some damage. So when you come to post-twin M's, there are 4 targets and a big guy, the champion. So I use 2 tanks or 2 warriors per assignment. So I do my best to spread my tanks out, have a DPS warrior help out with the tanks, and have one of the big guys also tanked by 2 warriors. So this is my melee core with 4 shamans. Then we're going to move down to 4 warlocks, 8 mages, 4 priests, 2 druids. You can move the groups around the way you'd like. I kind of keep it simple, so I have 2 warlocks, 2 mages, a shaman, 2 warlocks, 2 mages, a shaman, and then I have 2 mages, 2 priests, a druid, 2 mages, 2 priests, a druid. There will be a few moments in this video where I will be moving a druid and a shaman, just so that the shamans will be with the healers, the priests, giving Tremor Totem for fights such as the Bug Trio or Viscidus. But there will also be times where I will be moving these druids and shamans around just for tranquil air or other reasons. So this is the first step to making a successful AQ40 group, in my opinion. I get a strong composition based on these classes. When you build in redundancy, when you have a strong community of players, there's a very low chance that something random or something unknown will hurt your group. But should that happen, just know that your runs will get better over time. Your first run may not be your best run, but you will learn, and over time your runs will get better. One really big tip I'll give you right now before we start any of the game footage is that I started learning how to lead AQ40 by first doing AQ40 1 through 5. So you do the first 5 bosses, excluding Viscidus, and you do not do twin M's or any bosses after. AQ40 1 through 5 is actually very fast. It should only take about an hour, maybe 2 if you wipe and have a hard time. But the run is actually quite quick. It's quite condensed. You don't get all the best loot at the end of the dungeon with twin M's, Oro, Cthulhu, and some people consider Viscidus to have very great loot. But you do get some experience leading the first few dungeons, and your group gets used to perhaps your pull time, your raid time, the way you raid lead, the way you auction off items. Building your community is one of the second points I will say about this. So the first/second point on starting your AQ40 GTKP successfully is by building a community and by building the right roster. So my stream gameplay starts in the middle of this trash, and I want to take my time explaining this. Make sure your raid is fully buffed and ready before you first pull the first mana drain mob. There's a very small chance that your raid is not awake, not ready, so make sure you do the ready check, make sure your raid is fully buffed, and make sure you guys are mana draining the first bird. Mana drain the first bird, and then move on to these 4 dogs. Now the Anubiseth Sentinels, I call them dogs, come in 4 packs, and they have powers. As you guys know, their powers will transfer to each other as they die. It's important that you guys execute these cleanly, and it builds confidence for the rest of the raid. I'm on Wowhead showing you guys the powers that these Sentinels have. So the simple ones I'll explain are Fire, Arcane Reflect, and Shadow Frost Reflect. You don't have to worry about these too much as a raid leader. What I try to do is mark these 4 as Skull X Square Moon and stack them. So unless something is dangerous, I would say stack them together. If something is dangerous, you pull it out and you communicate it with your tank. So as a very quick method of directing your raid, you just get people to go down the line, attack Skull X Square Moon, and you pull out a target if they are unsafe. So let's say Skull is unsafe. Let's show you what an unsafe one is. An unsafe one would be Thorns, right? Thorns or Thunderclap are the only 2 unsafe ones. If one of the mobs is Thorn or Thunderclap, ask your tank to move it out. The other ones can remain stacked. I said that I don't bother too much with these. I feel pretty neutral about these. Mending is a good priority for first. That's a good one to kill first, as is Knockaway. Another good first kill target is Mana Burn or Mortal Strike. Those are very good priorities to kill first. Even if they transfer to other mobs, it's not a big deal. Note that you can disarm the Mortal Strike. And then for Shadow Storm, this is of medium importance to me. You can mitigate this damage by having your raid just move closer to the mob. If you kill Shadow Storm early, this can lead to problems if you have not already stacked the mobs. But because I choose to stack mobs early, Shadow Storm is not a big concern to me. The biggest concerns when I stack all my mobs is remove away Thorns and remove away Thunderclap. Leave those two for last. Just make sure that your melee do not kill themselves on Thorns. I stack a lot of melee damage, as do most raids, so I always, as a raid leader, call out Thorns. I will say, the last one is Thorns. Melee, do not kill yourself on this one. So that's how you do the trash for these 4 dogs and the 2 birds. Make sure you do the bird first, 4 dogs, a bird, 4 dogs. Don't kill yourselves, melee. Everyone drink a GNPP. This is for Earthshock. Don't get Earthshock to death. Kimbo, you're in the middle. Oxley, you're on the left. Tank Sauce, you're on the right. Nods, you're floating. Group 2, you're in the middle. Group 3, you're on the left. Group 4, you're on the right. Make sure you're attacking and interrupting. Mages, odds left, evens right. Make sure you're polying. Sea Money, or sorry, Scummoner. Scummoner, Curse of Tongues, everything. Consumables look great. We're missing it on just 2 or 3 people. Thank you so much for everyone consuming. Get an int on Lloyd. Lloyd is a shaman. Group 6, int. So there you see I did the verbal assignments really quickly. I want to just break it down real slowly for you guys. As I mentioned to you earlier, I have warrior, I have my main tank, feral tank, 3rd tank, and 4th tank. And this is how I did my assignments. I had my main tank in the middle. I had my 3rd tank and my 4th tank over here, with my feral tank floating. The feral tank will just catch anything in case a tank gets mind controlled, in case something is loose. Maybe you can handle, you know, a random factor. I divided these groups so that group 2, 3, and 4, this is a rogue in each group, and warriors would be assigned to middle, left, and right. If you assign one group of each for the melee, they'll do a good job of DPSing and interrupting. I do my best to spread out my rogues in these groups so that I can guarantee a kick, and these warriors should be able to pummel. So by assigning one group to each platform, the melee are able to help guarantee that the interrupts and the damage on the illusions are good. I don't quite stack all of my casters the way this image has it. What I do with my verbal assignments is that I have my odd casters on the left and my even casters on the right. I find that standing on the rail, jumping onto the rail, or even just standing on this corner right here is quite effective. As long as you guys don't take too much arcane explosion damage or mind control damage, it doesn't really matter where the range stand as long as they have good uptime. I do my best to assign one warlock of the 4 to do Curse of Tongues. You should be able to have one warlock out of 4 do Curse of Tongues, and this warlock's job is to solely Curse of Tongues all of the illusions, giving a little bit more time for the kicks. I have my mages separated so that the polymorph chance for mind control is greater on each side, and I have my healers split up evenly so that odds are left and evens are right, and that everyone can get healed. So that right there is the Scarum assignments.
5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Rogues pre-pop Blade Flurry. I want to see interrupts on all sides. Alright, well, that's neg 1. Poly. Get a poly in Wellish. Nice interrupts. Nice interrupts, guys. Very nice sheeps. Sheep Wabacha again.
Sheep.
Man, this AoE fair is pretty nasty. Only one death, guys. Nice job. The next upcoming trash is pretty straightforward. You place a skull on the big guy, and you fight the little guys next. Make sure you put a grounding totem to anticipate for the fear, and you get a mage ready to polymorph if there is a mind control. Earlier when I said fear, I meant mind control. After you do that, you just go down the tunnel, then you take care of the warriors, make sure you're splitting damage evenly. You can have an AoE lip taunt prepared, or you don't even have to if the mages just spread the damage nicely. Afterwards, you jump down, take care of the big mobs first, little mobs second, single targeting the big mobs first, with grounding totem preventing the mind control, anticipating for the mind control. You can also have those those mages ready for poly. So I forgot to mention that you're supposed to have your back to the walls for the little guys. When you kill the little bugs, they will do an AoE knockback if they're within line of sight of each other. So with these mobs, I just have my melee stacking a little clump against the wall, and they just beat up the little red guys and eat the knockback. I have my feral tank floating by the casters, which are in a separate group on the left. The feral tank will make sure that any loose mobs are brought back to the melee group. Mark them the same. Great execution on these. Guys, let's make the groups pretty. Casters on the left, melee on the right. Single target, skull and X before AoE. Drink a GNPP. Nods, tank sauce, you're on X. Oxley, you're on square. Nope, that's the other way around. Nods, tank sauce, you're on square. Oxley, you're on X. Kimbo, you're on skull. I'm moving my shamans over to the healing group. Shamans, make sure you drop the tremor totem, the anti-fear totem. Even numbered healers follow Oxley. Odd numbered healers follow Kimbo. Everyone's buffed up. Everyone hit yes. Everyone's ready. 3, 2, 1. We're in there. I've marked the queen as skull, the king as X, and the kid as square. I have my feral tank and my fourth tank on square. Feral tank is great on square because square charges. So if you don't have a feral tank, make sure that your two warriors are split up and helping out the raid. I assign one tank to skull, one tank to X, and I make sure healers are paying attention to the X tank. This guy does a lot of damage, has some fear mechanics. So if the fear is nasty and the main tank doesn't get heals, King will be loose, and that'll be terrible. So there are two basic calls for this fight. It's make sure that Tremor Totem is down, make sure that there is cleanse, and then when each boss dies, something happens. When the queen dies, she spawns ads. When the king dies, he drops poison, and when the baby dies, he enrages the parents. I think that's how it goes. We always kill baby last. Armaments! We're going to do the same format for the next trash guys. Casters on the left, melee on the right. We're going to single target two things, skull and X, before we AoE. Just mark two, skull and X. The next pulls are 3 guardian packs and 1 warrior pack. The reason why we mark the guardians as skull and X is so that the melee group can get some threat. The warriors will get some minor threat on the additional targets. Once skull and X are killed, then the range can go nuts on the AoE. Just be careful that when you guys initiate these pulls or execute these pulls that you don't get the warriors on top of the guardians. And if you by chance do, you can have a tank just separate them and make sure you do even damage on the warriors. We do one more pull from here, guys. Or was that the pull?
No, that was it.
Alright, get your lips ready then. It's time to fight Sartura. Rogues, look at your group numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skull X square moon. So rogues, we're gonna get in stealth. We're gonna be moving forward. Nods and Tank Sauce, you're on the boss. Oxley, you're on square. Kimbo, you're on X. All the warriors fight for threat on skull. Rogues, let's get in there. I marked the ads as skull X square and the boss as moon. My rogues are in 4 different groups, so I assign group 1 to skull, group 2 to X, group 3 to square, and group 4 to moon. The rogues open up with stuns so that the mobs are in position and the warriors can taunt and keep them in position. The rogues need to do their best to stun lock them so that the group doesn't get knocked around and get whirlwinded around. I assign my feral tank and my 4th tank to the main boss, just in case the tanks get knocked, the feral can charge back. I assign my 2nd tank to square and my main tank to X, leaving skull with no tank. This is so that all of the DPS warriors can just nuke down and fight for skull, while my main tank and my off tank, or my 2nd tank, are on X and square. When my tanks are done with their ads, they move on to the boss, and they hold the boss with taunts.
Kimbo first.
Elliptus and Rage.
Hopefully. I'll taunt afterwards.
Great work, guys. Badge of the Swarm Guard. As long as you move your raid together and you kill the soldier or the big bug, there's nothing really special about the Suppression Chamber. You can just move as a swift group and get to the end. No need to drink in the middle. Just hug the left side, run through, AoE, and make sure the back of the raid is not stop moving. Don't drop totems. Stack on star. Nothing too special about this boss. Just make sure that if a snake does spawn, that your raid focuses on the snake. The snake is stunnable, and it does a large amount of damage. So just stack together as a group on star, as I marked myself. Make sure the range are marked, or the range are stacked as well. This just makes it so that any ads that spawn can be easily AoE'd. Looking forward to the vid. Yeah, the vid is just gonna be explaining how to use the raid ledger. A couple people asked me how to use it. It's a good. Don't use your 30 minutes warriors. Snake. Cryo snake, cryo snake. Fetish.
Damn, whoa.
Our loot is fantastic, boys.
Nutty.
Put on your nature frost weapons. Put on your GMPP. Anybody got frost oil for sale? If you don't have a GMPP, I have 2 for 18. I'm at the front of the line, marked as a star. I'll be marking these shamans real quick momentarily. Hunters, please put on your nature aspect. Priests, you can use prayer of healing. I need GMPP, I need frost oils, I need sappers, etc. Nature resist. Looks pretty good.
I marked all the shamans for you.
Thank you, sir. Alright, tank and warrior stands. Odds left, evens right. 3, 2, 1. I separate the raid odds left and evens right, and I mark all the shamans in their groups so that people in their groups can stand near their shamans for easy cleanses. My druids in group 7 and 8 will roll poison removal. Cleanse. Poison on left side. Cleanse. Odds left, evens right. Curse of elements and everything. I need to see CDs on the split phase. Rogue sprint.
Cleanse, cleanse. Don't heal.
Xiao Toxin.
Need some cleanses. GMPP. Big damn, big damn. That's what we like to see. Frost weapons. Cleanse. Eat a GMPP. GMPP. Cleanse. 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 GG. Toxin.
Oh, move. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse.
Cleanse. Regalia.
Wow.
Leave, so let's not face them towards the melee. Nothing too special about these scorpions. Just make sure you stack them, face them away, and your warriors are not too far from your healers. As long as the group moves as a big group and no one gets lagged behind, this trash is really easy. When you get to the pre-Huhu trash, just make sure you don't get knocked into the big room. Focus the big guys, the spinners, and then cleanse poison. 200. Did everyone GMPP? Everyone hit yes. A couple of you guys are not GMPPing. I'm trying to sell you GMPP for auction house price. Please GMPP. Did they say the words GMPP enough? Please GMPP. GMPP. I'm trying to sell you GMPP. I'm marked as a star. Trying to sell you GMPP.
Do you want us to GNPP?
Morphasis, you're going to be cleansing poison on Kimbo and no one else. Everyone get in there.
Sure.
Grand, your first strength. Child, your second. Caster's healer, spread out, max dist.
Great.
You're gonna be shield walling on these warriors. What? Very little deaths. When's the Oni? Not today. Tomorrow. It's tomorrow. GMPP. Keep healing, keep healing. Ooh, Ring of the Martyr. This trash is quite simple. I mark the main tank as a circle, and a very dependable ranged or healer as a star. The star stands about 15 yards behind the circle, and the ranged all stack on the star. If you see its Shadow Storm, you just all run in together. So star goes to circle. If you see that it's Thunderclap, you just stay out. Make sure that people are running out for Plague, and you kill about 5 of these. We'll do a walkthrough and we'll do a demonstration.
Probably redo fort here while we're doing that.
Yeah, let's do 1 hour buffs.
Might as well do all buffs, yeah.
Yeah, please do 1 hour buffs. Guys, the success rate of our Twin M's has not been the best, so we will do a full demonstration with rehearsal, with movement, with body language. Even if you know what you're doing, when you demonstrate what to do, other people get the idea quicker. You get what I'm saying? So let's get Kimbo on the left. He's marked as circle. We're going to have Oxley. Nope, it's going to be Tank Sauce. Tank Sauce has buffs. Alright, so can I get my warlocks to stand at the base corner of the stair the way that Verloc is? So I have triangle on my side and diamond on that side. Triangle, can I get you to stand where I am jumping, please?
So I'm just getting health.
CC money.
For sure, he's just finishing up some business. Alright, so can I get my warriors to stand beneath the torch with their back to the wall? That's tank sauce, and then can I get circle? Thank you. So I want you guys to pay attention to the tanking positions. Casters, you are never to stand where triangle and diamond are. Casters, healers, do not stand on where triangle or diamond are. This increases the chance for blizzard. Do not stand on them. Can I get my melee DPS to be on the right side, choreographed as if you were attacking the boss? Can I get my caster DPS on the left side, choreographed as if you were attacking the boss? Can I get my healers that are odd to go on the left, my healers that are even to go on the right? What's up, Loxy? Why are you moving?
Sorry, I'm giving him some consumes.
Oh, no problem, no problem. You don't need to be sorry. Can I get more casters to stand where Marthas is? This is where you guys would be standing for the fight. Casters, I need you to be a part of this demonstration. We are doing a we're doing a rehearsal. Guys, our success rate on this fight is not very good. We need to do this rehearsal. There was someone out there that will wipe us because they don't know what they're doing. I know a couple of you know what you're doing, so please pay attention. Participate. This helps immensely. The bug team will be our 2 feral druids, our 2 hunters, and Malachi. If bugs ever get to be a serious issue, I want my 2 bears, my 2 hunters, and Malachi on it. Healers, you should be focusing on the bear tanks, the locks, or the warrior tanks. It should be pretty straightforward damage. Casters, I'm over here marking one bug as X. This X is now about to explode. So casters, what do we do when this X is about to explode? Yes, perf. So you're a healer, it's fine. You'll live. Alright, and then now this one is about to explode. Casters, where do we move if that one is red? Great job. Good morning. Alright, so that was the exploding bug. Casters, let's do a transition. Melee, let's do a transition. Go to the other side. Let's move to the other side. Notice while we're moving to this other side that if yellow bugs are following along with you, that you stop and you attack. So right now there's actually literally a yellow bug fighting. You guys have to, there's more yellow bugs fighting, so. Cool. You guys
Preferably
are...
no AoE.
It seems like you guys know what you're doing. So now casters are on this side. Tank Sauce is going to be moving towards C Money, right? Because of the transition. Yep. C Money's tanking it. Casters, all you guys are kind of on top of triangle. Didn't I give a direct order not to be on top of triangle? So yeah, do you see where Jigsaw is jumping? You guys can spread out away from triangle. A couple of you guys are still on top of triangle. And then melee DPS, you guys look Gucci. Alright. Let's get back to our normal positions. Melee DPS on the left. Sorry, melee DPS on the right. Caster DPS on the left. We're going to need help with the ignites. I have a feeling the ignites will kill people. I have a feeling these casters are also not paying attention. Casters, can we get you to the left, please? A couple of you casters are sleeping on me. Please go to the left where we start the fight, because the left boss is the caster boss. Cool.
Yeah, just watch aggro early on the caster side while I'm moving him.
We need shadow protection on Kimbo and Oxley. Those are... No, Kimbo and Tank Sauce. Those are our warrior tanks that will be taking shadow bolts. Kimbo and Tank Sauce. Group 1, Group 2 needs shadow protection. Thank you very much. Drink up your consumes. Drink up your buffs. Please don't die to Blizzard. Please don't die to Exploding Bug. Please don't attract extra bugs. Please don't pull threat. You guys know this fight. A lot of you guys look like you know this fight.
And can I get Gulstan? Are you in Discord? Ghoulston the Warlock. Okay, cool. You can hear me. I'm going to be casting Soulfire to open. As soon as it lands, can you throw Curse of Elements on this guy?
Lexi, I want to confirm with you that you will not be moving the boss.
Oh, I'm not pulling him to the lamp?
No, Kimbo will be doing that for you.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that for me?
Yeah, sure. I can not move him.
Awesome.
So do you not want me to attack him at all, or just wait until Kimbo gets him in position?
Just on the
Oh,
first
I
transition.
definitely need you to attack him on the first.
You just tank him there on the
You still
platform.
have to tank him, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, just not pulling.
You're not moving him, that's what I'm trying to say. You're tanking him, but you're not moving him.
Yeah, I think I got you.
Cool, cool. Because there was a moment where it sounded like you weren't going to hit him at all.
No.
Just want to make sure. Hey, can we get everyone in position?
Five,
Can we get our healers up?
four,
Can we
four,
move up?
3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Join me, late. There is blood to be shed. Wait.
Go slow, go slow. Bug. Please don't multi-shot or we'll win these
4,
bugs.
3,
Transition, transition.
2, 1.
Why is this boss moved?
See money? Heal, see money?
Four, 3,
Transition.
2, 1.
I got
You must have had an Ignite there, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'll call for it to drop.
Watch me, guys.
Velocity.
4,
Drop the ignite.
3,
Transition, transition.
1.
Let's get out of Blizzard, please.
Probably drop that ignite now.
Exploding bug.
4,
Transition.
2, 1.
Can we get Curse Element? Back on that. Oh, it's here.
Fuck. If I get imbalanced strike right here, I'm fucked.
Careful, Lord Pro.
Or Pro and Blizzard. He's just in Blizzard.
Thought I moved out
I got
of
you.
it.
I got you.
Nah, I
4,
Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1.
Get out of Blizzard. Guys, stop standing near Diamond. Orc Pro, don't be in that crevice. Don't stand on the Warlock tanks. Move away from the Warlock tanks. More faces, don't stand there.
2, 1.
Exploding bug, careful, melee.
You give directions and people just do not follow them. I said it very clearly, like, as clearly as I could fucking say it. Change my tone of voice, paused.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Melee, get out. Melee, get out. Hey, whoever has this.
Don't see money. Just stay away. Stay away from back lore.
Yep. Before teleport, start casting Frostbolt.
Or just stop casting outright because they will
Just
fly
move.
across the room.
Just
4,
move. Transition,
3,
transition. Stop.
2,
Stop casting transition.
1.
You squeezing out one more cast is not helpful.
Big bug behind melee.
Let's drop the ignite, please.
4, 3,
Transition.
1.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah, they haven't moved yet.
There that is.
You might need to move some money. Sorry about that.
Okay, this is bad. We need to just stay there. Just stay there. Just watch threat.
Don't stack on top of triangle. Do not stack on top of triangle.
If you're a caster or healer, you need to be farther away from the boss than the tank.
Spot
Yeah,
buff
he's
flex.
close enough.
Never mind.
4, 3,
Drop the ignite, drop the ignite.
2,
Transition.
1.
Other way, tank sauce.
Four,
Drop it.
3, 2, 1.
Good job, guys.
Nice.
Regalia.
Another regalia.
Another one?
Warriors, I switched your groups just slightly. Please double check your group numbers, warriors. Group 1, you're on skull. Group 2, you're on X. Group 3, you're on square. Group 4, you're on moon. Nods and Malachi, you'll be on the big guy. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, skull, X, square, moon. Nods, Malachi, big guy. Can I get the raid to collect up on star? Healers, casters, you're on star. We're currently looking at the exit of the room. As soon as you mark the little guys, skull, X, square, moon, we can pull.
Yeah, they're all 3 stacked right now.
For sure. You can just, I'll just explain while you're waiting. So guys, we're looking at the exit of the room. Tanks, please separate our targets. The kill order will always be Slayers, big guy, Mind Slayers. We're taking the big guy at the base of the stairs on this big trapezoid looking thing. Nods, Malachi, I'm sure you're familiar with where we tank it.
Yep.
We're currently looking at the exit of this room. You have all the way up to the entrance of the room behind us, as well as downhill and in these crevices. Or cubby corners, whatever you want to call them. We do 3 pulls from this location, all with the same methodology. I have my group wait in the middle by star, so that the casters and healers are max distance away from silence and fears. After 3 pulls, you move up and do it again 3 more times in a forward position. We're going to be pulling this pull down as well. Guys, pay attention to where star is. Healers, casters. Mana drain.
Mana drain on X.
Third tank is Oxy, fourth tank is tank.
And trash is done.
We're all done with trash, guys. Can I get my feral druids in Kimbo to stand where stars. Yeah, Tovi, open up chair with me. $18, 2 for 18. I've been trying to sell them 2 for 18. Alright, let's get our DPS warriors to stand here. Can I get you guys to clear the field if you're not one of the two classes I just described? If you're not a main tank, if you're not a DPS warrior or melee DPS. Then can I get my mages over here? You guys see it's like a triangle, right? It's like a triangle. I'm being tanked by my main tanks. I'm looking over by the mages. Why are there only 3 mages in this demo? Can you mages please participate? There's at least 3 of you that are new.
Y'all just ran back to the other side of the room.
Sure. So when you sandblast, you move back. You're gonna, move back, and then I'm being tanked, and then melee, you're high in threat. Where do you go? You go towards the mages. Cool. And then one last part of the demo. Go back to melee. If you, if for some reason these guys have threat, if these guys right here I'm looking at have threat, and they get sandblasted, what happens? One of you guys, right? With high, one of you guys puts a shield on and rotates. Yep, the hero. Everyone hit yes. Everyone GNPP. I'm selling 2 for 18 on my body. We're going in 3, 2. Let's do it, boys. Wait for the tanks first. Wait for the tanks first, melee. Don't kill yourselves.
Who's tanking?
Kimbo?
Kimbo, you need a shield, brother.
We're gonna be evasioning this first sweep.
Yeah, Curse of Wreck.
Beware.
It's on tank
Go
sauce.
take that one.
Tank sauce.
Tank sauce, please rotate.
On nods.
Nods, please rotate. Thank you. Veritoski. Fuck. That was such a bad. That was such a late vanish. Ready to adjust if you got sand swept. Please eat a GMPP again.
You got to go to the right now, DTF. Go to the right. Go to your right. Turn around. There you go.
So I can eat a lip to prevent one of those knockways. I'm gonna eat a lip for the next knockaway.
Careful tanks. You want to leave the mages up top.
Kimbo switch. Kimbo rotate.
Beware.
I'll raid second this one.
Mage stand.
It's on you.
I got tanks.
Mages should be good now to get the rest.
I'll hold it as long as I can.
Beware.
Kimbo ahead.
Stand, stand, stand.
Yeah, no way.
Nice job, boys.
Watch out for the ground.
Popcorn. Use Wolf for the second. Use GMPP. There is a pin post in screenshots for the Cthulhu diagram. I'll be moving around groups just a little bit. So here's how I move the groups around. I get the main tanks split up with priests so that they can have a healer in their group.
Ooh, 12 minutes on Ani.
I have 3 melee DPS
I
tanks
see one
or
of these
warriors,
coming
right?
in.
Tovi, I got Rage, you see me, and then 3 warriors, right? So I got 3 warriors on this group and 3 warriors in this group.
I have no doubt.
I move 1 warrior with 1 warlock and 1
damage
warrior
this group's
with 1
killing.
mage. And do the same thing on this side. 1 warrior and 1. So it should be. Yep. Oh, messed that up. There it is. Okay, there. So it should be a mage and a warlock. Mage, warlock, yep. Alright guys, make sure you're not accidentally pulling Cthulhu. We're going to go to the back room to do a demonstration. Make sure you drink a GMPP, drink a GSPP. Make sure you drink it ASAP so that you have the next potion cooldown for the next one. Drink GNPP, drink GSPP. So now that we have a melee mark in each group, we're going to assign a target to each. Alright guys. Kimbo, do you mind standing here? Yeah, thanks bud. And then Square, do you mind standing a little bit closer? Tovi?
Already dead.
Yeah. Cool. And then Circle, where I'm jumping right here. Cool. You guys pretty much made the moon come just 1 step in. So yeah, so you're a little bit more equidistant from the. Yeah, there you go. This is the circle, guys. All right. So if you're a healer, you should be in the second circle. So there's an inner circle with all the shapes. There's a middle circle for the healers, and then casters, you should be in the back row. So there should be range DPS back to the wall. There should be healers. More faces. I think you are behind circle. There you go.
Okay, thanks.
And then C Money, can you have your back to the wall?
What on that image it doesn't show which groups are where.
So you want to reference it by your shape. So if you look at your warrior in your group, one of them will be marked as a shape.
Okay, gotcha.
So based upon your own group. So C Money, you're in diamond group, and so you would be where Verlock is jumping. Yeah. So you see how you want to be back to the wall in this demonstration.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so Catalysm, I don't know if you're on the right spot. Catalysm, I think you need to be where I'm jumping right here, Catalysm. Do you see how Catalysm, your mark is the diamond? You see how in your group, you're in the diamond group and you're behind diamond? I need everybody to just help me out with this. Blind Faith, can you take 1 step to your side so you're not standing on top of Orc Pro? Healers don't stand on top of each other. Lisa, you stand 1 side. Thick Meat, you stand right here. Don't stand on top of each other, guys, yeah. Alright, so melee, you're on top of each other. Everyone else, you're spread out. This looks good. Okay.
Who was standing on top of circle for the second person?
Nods, there's no second melee in your group. Do you see how there's 0 melee in your group?
Yeah.
And then, Ghoul stand, you're not standing in the right place, bud. Ghoul stand. Look for the person in your group. Yep, there you go, bud. And then you're back to the wall. You're back to the wall. Your range DPS, so you're the furthest one. I know this is tedious, guys, but this will save a life if we just do it right. Range DPS, you're back to the wall. Healers, you're in the middle circle. Melee DPS, you're in the innermost circle. No one should be stacked on top of each other except for melee. Holmes, can you please stop moving, man? Can you just... Alright, Holmes. You're gonna be getting red glared now. Circle. Move. I'm red glaring you. Circle. Move. I'm red glaring you. Circle. You're being shot by red glare.
Yeah, circle's dead.
Odds.
Nods. Please move.
Scared? Getting glared, bro. There you go.
Alright, we're gonna move 180. You're gonna end 180 degrees from where you started. Please rotate accordingly. You should end 180 from where
Over
you
here,
started.
nods. Other side of the room, nods.
Nods. This is not good.
You see where triangle is to your left? Just stay to my right.
This is good enough. Guys, can we be equidistant? Square, can you be equidistant from triangle to skull? Like you're gonna have to adjust as this happens, right? So look at your neighbors right now. Just the person to your left, the person to your right should be the same ones, right? So triangle. Do you see how there's more space now? I hope to dear God you guys don't kill yourselves. Drink your potions. Get in your spots. Get in line. Don't cross over. Some of you guys know exactly what you're doing, and some of you guys are just pissing off during the rehearsal. We've one-shot every single boss in here. Let's not make this any different. We're missing consumes on just 3 people. I'm literally trying to sell you potions this whole run.
Rebuff 7, group 7 with Int, Spirit, and Fort.
You did Int, Spirit, and Fort?
There's only like 5 minutes left on it.
That's plenty.
How can you do Int and Fort as one person?
He's asking for it.
Bro, get spirit real quick. Thank you.
Wrap up all this shit. Drink. Get on your mount. Wrap up beneath the last thing. Drink all your potions, guys. At the end of this timer, Kimbo goes in. Nobody else goes in. We don't sprint. We don't blink. We don't shield. We don't press any buttons until you get in position. Kimbo goes in. You wait for my call.
3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. Now we go. Right here, I'm actually moving to the side to a position where I know I will not chain lightning, and I'm actually demoting everyone. I should have done this earlier while I was getting ready for the pull. There is a DPM command that will move the star to whoever is getting eye-beamed. If anyone else has assist in the raid, they may accidentally have this DPM setting on. So here I am just demoting every single person, and then making sure that the star mark goes back onto the group 8 warrior, and that anyone else is correctly marked. Eyes. Take down eyes. Rotating to our right. We got fairy fire? Yeah, we do. Take down this claw.
Someone killed a claw at the staircase. Caster, range. Thank you.
Diamond, you're eventually gonna go left, right? Where are you at, Diamond?
I'm getting back in, sorry.
Why'd you do a full circle?
He glared right on me and I went the wrong way.
Melee should have exactly 1 person or 0 people in it. Get these claws. Turn around and get this claw. Hey, Diamond, turn around and get this fucking claw. It's whacking your healer. Don't get red glared. Don't get red glared. Take down these eye tentacles. Battle res Bertoski.
Get the eyes and move to the gong.
We're moving to the gong. We have 1 more eye tentacle. We have 1 more eye tentacle. Thank you. Get to the gong. Giant claw. Back right. Sorry, back left. Giant claw.
Far.
You guys see the payout line? Odds left, evens
Deal
right.
nods.
Odds left, evens right. Sunder the boss, curse the boss, verify the boss, scorch the boss. Odds left, evens right. Don't go too far, get by the payout line. Mages, warriors, you go. Tanks, rogues, stay. Need some kicks. Nice job, strike team.
Keep 5 Sunders and Scorches on Cthulhu.
Odds left, evens right. Mages, warriors, your strike team. Take first tentacle down to get second one to 10%. Don't go too far. Hey, don't go too far. Square, where are you going? You stay over here to ensure the spawns. Rogues, don't kill yourselves on these. Rogues, do not kill. You want to tank on these rogues. Stun or evasion. Do not kill yourselves. Get it down to 10.
Scorch going off. Nice.
Odds left, evens right.
Careful on the tentacle. Do we want to take it down or no?
Yes, take it down.
Going for it.
Beware.
Go, go. Go to shapes.
Kill his ass.
Go to shapes, collect by shapes, collect by shapes.
Yes.
All DPS. Wind Fury.
Push. Pop Blood Fury. Pop Wreck.
Back to the gong.
Back to the
Where
line.
did our damage go?
Back to the line. Odds left, evens right. Keep up the form. Perfect form, guys. Odds left, evens right. Not too far. Stay by the line, stay by the line. Let's get scorches in the boss. Mages, warriors. Very toxic, don't kill yourself down there. Don't kill yourself. Scummoner, don't kill yourself. Everyone survive. Odds left, evens right. Everyone survive. Do not kill yourselves. Claw left. Strike team. Do not kill yourselves. First tentacle down. Odds left, evens right. Eye tentacles. Giant eye left side. Guys, don't move too far from the gong next time. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Kill, 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 kill.
Beware.
Kimbo, number 1.
Oh, an Eye of Cthulhu. Oh my god.
Darkstorm Gauntlets, not bad.
We got a tentacle, that's something, I guess. And that was the run. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It was a long video, but the real run was 2 hours long, and for explaining the fights to you guys, for going through it, I think this video does it well. I do my best to let the gameplay kind of speak for itself when I can, and I broke down some of the harder fights. I had 20 fills the morning of, so I do a rostered event for this, but 20 people needed to be filled this morning, so it was a mix of new people and old people. I do my runs pretty similarly every single time, and this is the result of one of the runs. This run was about 2 hours long, and was, as I said, about as standard run as it could be. I had a lot of fun, and thank you guys so much for watching it.